Thank you for joining me. Your abs will be absolutely burning after this workout. Please choose the option which suits you best. So I want you to make sure you can feel it in your abs and not into your back. Remember, we always want to prioritize form. Let's begin with the Reformer setup. Check that your straps are even. Beginners, one red spring. Intermediate, one red, one blue. Spines imprinted, legs in tabletop with the knees squeezed together. Exhale to curl up, inhale to return back down. Exhale, curl up, lift head and shoulders. Inhale to return back down. Not long to go here. Make sure you're really challenging yourself to lift up higher than you did before. We've got one more and then let's take it up into level 2. Same thing, exhale to curl up, this time extending the legs straight up vertical. Keep those inner thighs zipped together. Again, lifting up on the exhale, inhale to return back down to tabletop with the knees squeezed together. Exhale to curl up, inhale to return down back to tabletop. Exhale to curl up, inhale back to tabletop. Just notice if you're drawing your legs in closer towards the body and the tailbone is lifting, you want to keep those legs up nice and vertical and really think of scooping the abs when you curl up on that exhale. So now coming into level 3, this time we'll lower the legs as low as we can go over the foot bar without the back arching, maintaining that imprinted spine. And when you curl up, you'll turn your toes out, squeeze your heels together, squeeze your inner thighs together. So remember what I said at the beginning of this lesson, we want to make sure that we're prioritizing form. So you can see I'm not lowering my legs too low because I want to maintain that imprinted spine, making sure I feel it into my abs and not my back. Last one here, and then we'll draw the carriage in. So have a little stretch before we get into our next exercise. We're going through our oblique curl. So start position, spines imprinted, fingertips to the ceiling. And we've got our knees hip distance apart because we're going to curl up and across on the exhale. Hands frame one knee, one hand will always be in between the thighs. And to work nice and hard, you're really going to press in with that hand that's in between the thighs. Press into that strap and you should feel the oblique work a little bit more. Inhale to come down, exhale to curl up and across. So think about this movement again, coming back to our centering principle of that opposite lower rib, sliding down to the hip, lifting the head and shoulders. So now we can add on to this and we're going to lower the free leg. So exhale, curl up and across, lower your right leg, inhale, return, exhale up and across, lower your left leg. Only lower your leg as low as you can go, maintaining that imprinted spine. So for everyone, it might look different. Leg might go closer to the foot bar, or it could be more in between that vertical position. Last one here, and then slowly draw the carriage in. Preparing for our next exercise, Nutcracker, we loop the straps together to make one big loop, placing the hands on top of each other. Spines imprinted, bring your legs up into tabletop. Toes will stay together as you exhale, sweep the hands through the thighs, opening the knees. Then inhale, return. Knees squeeze together, head rest back down on the headrest, fingertips to the ceiling. So exhale to curl up. Inhale to come down. Don't forget to squeeze those knees together on the inhale. As you exhale, curl up. Really try to reach through the thighs, pressing into that strap, curling up and lifting 1 inch higher. Let's take it up to level 2. This time, as we exhale, curl up, we extend the legs out into a V shape. Use the width of your foot bar as a guide. We don't want to open the legs too far out to the sides because we can risk losing our T-zone. So that's an exhale out through the mouth, come up, and inhale to come back down. Exhale up, inhale down. Last one, and draw the carriage in. So unlooping the straps, placing them down in the pegs, and just have a little rest here. My abs were burning, so I hope yours are too. We're going to move into our next exercise, bicycle legs. Hands in the straps, fingertips to the ceiling, spines imprinted, legs in tabletop. We exhale, sweep the hands down past the hips. Exhale to lower one leg. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale to lower the other leg. Inhale, bring it back. Keep alternating the leg lowers on the exhale. And I've cued to keep the head down because we've done a lot of curling up here. So we can take it up to level 2. We'll squeeze the knees together. Exhale, lower both legs without your back arching. Inhale, tabletop. If you can maintain your imprinted spine, you can lower your legs closer towards the foot bar. Depending on your ab strength and the curvature of your spine, it will look different for everyone. Make sure you feel it in your abs and not your back. Exhale to lower. Inhale to return to tabletop. Exhale to lower. Inhale, return to tabletop. As you get tired, don't forget that rib hip connection, and every breath out, think of scooping out the abs, so pull your belly button to the spine. Last one, drawing the carriage in. Quick rest before we jump up to kneeling position, ready for long stretch. We're going to change the spring, so keep in mind the lighter the spring, the harder it is, because you're going to rely on your abs to catch you on the way out and to pull you back in. So let's start with a blue and a yellow, and then we can reduce from there. Kneeling on the carriage, hands on the foot bar. Inhale, slide the carriage out. Exhale, draw the carriage in. Inhale, slide the carriage out. Exhale, use your abs to pull you back in. Inhale, keep that rib tip connection. Exhale, slide the carriage back in. Make sure you're not pulling with your arms and you're using your abs to do all the work here. You want to think of a long line from your shoulders, hips to knees. Really think about tucking that tailbone under, pubic bone up to maintain rib tip connection. This time we inhale, slide it out, hold. Keep the carriage still and the pelvis as you alternate lifting the hands. Then exhale to draw the carriage all the way back in. So inhale, slide it out. Exhale, lift one hand. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, lift the other. Inhale, bring it back. Big stretch out. Exhale to come in. So now a little challenge, we're going to keep alternating the hands, keeping the hips still, keeping the carriage as still as possible. Always exhale to lift, inhale, return, exhale, lift, and then exhale, draw it all the way in. You can see that's a tough one, so you can take a child's pose, and I like to just bring the hands over the foot bar to release through the wrists. One red spring because we're jumping up to high plank. The aim is to keep the carriage as still as possible. As we exhale, bring the opposite knee to the opposite wrist. So you can see we've got a long line from our shoulders, hips to heels, maintaining that rib to hip connection. Exhale, bring the knee up and across the body. Keep the carriage as still as possible. Exhale, up and across. Inhale, place the foot back down. Exhale, up and across. Inhale, place the foot back down. Try not to dump into the wrist. Think lifting the chest up away from the foot bar, and try and have your chest over the foot bar as much as possible so you feel it in your lower belly. Not long to go here, finishing up nice and strong. Try and get that knee to touch the opposite wrist. Keep the carriage nice and still, and when you're ready, slowly release. You can see that's a tough one. I was pretty spent by this. So jump back into a child's pose and just slow the breathing down. Roll out the wrists because it's a lot of pressure on the wrists. And when you're ready, we're going to move through into our hip flexor stretch, standing at the left side of your reformer. Keeping the pelvis tucked under, so pubic bone up, tailbone under, we slide the carriage out. And I just like to add some circles with the arm just to open up through the chest as well. Inhale, circle up and around, exhale, down. Once you've circled both arms, you can come out of it. I like to throw in a cheeky little hamstring stretch here, so straightening out the front leg, but you do what feels good for you. And then we're going to swap sides, so walking around the reformer now, grounding down with your right foot. Keep that pelvic tilt, so pubic bone up, tailbone under, rib hip connection, and start to circle the arms when you're ready. So inhale up and around, exhale down. Inhale up and around, exhale down. When you're ready, moving over to the other arm. And once you've had enough of that, you can slowly come out of it again, because I did so on the other side, throwing in a cheeky hamstring stretch, and you guys are done. Thank you for practicing with me. If you got to the end of this workout and you loved it, please comment done. I would love to know how you went. And as always, please like and subscribe to show your support so I can keep giving you free weekly workouts. And if you love this workout, please share it with a friend.